Yes, good morning, students. So today we are going to derive a very important derivation in binomial distribution, that is the mean of the binomial distribution, variance of the binomial distribution, and standard deviation, students. So already have come across what is mean, variance, and standard deviation from the previous class. So we'll start now. Yes, good morning, students. So today we are going to derive a very important derivation in binomial distribution, that is the mean of the binomial distribution, variance of the binomial distribution, and standard deviation, students. So already have come across what is mean, variance, and standard deviation from the previous class. So we'll start now. So before starting our class, first you should remember this very important. Remember binomial distribution xi. So I think xi's are you already come across, that is random variables. From previous lecture you can go and understand what is random variables. And then it will start from 0, 1, 2, x, and then it will stop at n. And you can see what is the probability distribution, that is q raised to n, nc1, q raised to n minus 1, p nc2, q raised to n minus 2, p square, so on. So like this we get the binomial distribution. What you have to remember here, students, very important, that is the first point. Binomial distribution n, number of trials, p is probability, x is nothing but the random variable. So sum of all this will give you this equation. This we also denote this by, yes, it is very simple, that is probability of x. Please remember this. So this is nothing but the probability of the sum of all the binomial distribution. We also just denote it, just it is a denotion. Now we are going to see what is the mean in general. Mean is nothing but sum of all the x values, the random variables is multiplied to the probabilities. So whatever the probability it may be normal distribution, it may be Poisson's distribution, right? So for all this we take common, but for especially binomial distribution, mean is equal to, it is n into p, that is number of trials into our probability p. Similarly, we have third point, that is variance. Variance is also in general for all the distributions. We take sum of xi square p of xi minus mu square. So I think you have come across what is xi, random variables. Pxi's are nothing but probabilities. Yes, probability of any distribution in general. And mu is nothing but our mean. You have already studied in the last lecture. And then for binomial distribution, variance is sigma square is equal to npq. Again, n is nothing but number of trials, p is nothing but the probability of success. Please remember, probability of success, and q is nothing but the probability of failures, the other part. Then we are going to derive this one, standard deviation of binomial distribution is equal to, it is square root n p q, a very simple property. P plus q raised to n is equal to 1. It may be also anything which you add, and then the power is there, like n is there, and maybe any value 1, 2, 3, it is always equal to 1 in the binomial distribution. Because if you take 50% of the negative, 50% of positive, altogether it will become 100%, that is 1. This is a simple idea about this property. So now we are going to derive very important, that is mean, students. So we'll start the class deriving our very important derivation, mean derivation. So we'll start with the first one, that is derivation of mean in probability distribution. So probability distribution, how mean is derived, that is very important. So now you can see here. So already you have come across, in general we take this mean is denoted by mu, which is equal to summation, that is x into p of x we take, that is x is nothing but number of random variables, and p of x is nothing but the corresponding probability of random variable. Again, what you have to remember here, students, in the binomial distribution, we come across that it will always start with 0 and it will going to end with n. You have seen the distribution. So it will start with 0 and then it will complete with n. So I have taken x is equal to 0 to n. Okay, now I'll just simplify. So first I will take this p of x. Now p of x, here probability we are going to take for binomial distribution. So I'll keep x as it is. P of x is nothing but, I think you can see, look here. So p of x, this is what we have. So I'm going to take till here. So p of x, just substitute the values. Summation already we have taken, no need of writing once again the summation. So this will be nc x p raised to x q raised to n minus x. So within 5 to 10 minutes you can simplify, start solving. X is equal to 0. So when you substitute x is equal to 0, first value will become 0 because x is here. If this value becomes 0, everything will become 0 only. Next value x will become 1. Okay, here also what we get, wherever x is there, substitute only one student. So we are going to substitute x values only. So plus 2 nc2 p2 q raised to n minus 2 and so on. So I think last value I think you can understand very easily. That is, so I will continue here again. So n is going to end with, sorry, x is going to end with n, then n c n p raised to n. Wherever there is x is there, you are going to substitute n. So n minus n. So this is by distribution. You have substituted the values very easily. You can see. Now simplify one by one, students. Okay, before this, you should know the probabilities. That is, what is NC1? Yes, can anybody tell me what is NC1? Yes, it is n. Please remember this permutation combination. I think you have studied in the schools and before this college, UC college, you have come across this. Just remind the values once again. What is NC2, students? It is n factorial upon n minus 2 factorial, and this is 2 factorial. I think you remember this formula, that is NCR is equal to, yes, n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. Substitute the values one by one. So next will be nc3, it is again n factorial divided by n minus 3 factorial. Yes, it is 3 factorial. And next one will be what, students? It is ncn. Ncn is nothing but, again, these are the properties. Please remember, ncn is 1. Okay, now substitute in the above equation, students. Very simple. You can simplify quickly. So you are going to get like this: n p q raised to n minus 1 remains as it is, plus 2 into n factorial divided by n minus 2 factorial, 2 factorial, and this is p square q raised to n minus 2, and so on. So what will be the last value, students? So n remains as it is. Ncn is 1, so keep 1 as it is. P raised to n and q raised to n minus 1, 0. So it is again 1. So this is what we get the distribution, students. I will just simplify one by one. Okay, so if we just continue, I think nc3 also you can substitute here. The next step I will do that, no problem. It is n p q raised to n minus 1 plus, so just take out the values n factorial. I will simplify just, student. So n factorial I can write like this: n minus 1 and n minus 2 factorial divided by, this is again n minus 2 factorial. This is 2. 2 factorial is 2. Please remember. So p square q raised to n minus 2. Same way you can go for the next value, but not required here. So I'm just writing directly n p raised to n. So like this, you are going to simplify this further. So like this, if you continue, it's solving this problem. So it is n p q raised to n minus 1. Now you can see simplify. 2 2 will get cancelled. Similarly n minus 2 will get cancelled, remaining things as it is. So plus I'm going to get here, this is n and n minus 1, this is p square. Okay, so this is q n minus 2. Further if you simplify, definitely you can see that the values you are going to get here, n minus 1, n minus 2. Okay, so you can see pq q raised to n minus 3. Yes, divided by, so only 3 will get cancelled. So if here it is divided by 3 factorial, I think 3 will get cancelled, then it will be 2 factorial or 1 into 2 into 3. So that you can do it very easily. Dot dot dot. So last terms remains as it is. It is n p raised to n, students. So we can just simplify now. What are the common terms here, students? I think n is there and p is there. So just remove n and p from all the equations. So now I can see it is only remains q raised to n minus 1 plus n will go, n minus 1 will remain. One p is gone outside, so another p will be there. So q minus 2, this will remain same. N is gone, we have taken common outside, remains n minus 1, n minus 2 will remain. 1 p is gone outside, so here only p square will remain. N minus 3 will be same as it is, divided by 2 factorial plus dot dot dot. Here you can see, friends, n is you have taken common, so I will not repeat this n again. P I have taken outside, means 1 p has gone, means here 1 p is reduced. Therefore, I am going to reduce this value p raised to n minus 1. So again, you can see here, if you just go through binomial distribution and study, if q raised to n minus 1 plus n minus 1, that is p q raised to n minus 2 plus this is again n minus 1, n minus 2, this will be divided by 2 factorial, p square q raised to n minus 3 plus so on. Last term will be p raised to n minus 1. This, students, you can go for binomial distribution formula. It is directly given, that is p plus q raised to n minus 1. You have to substitute. Please remember this note, very important. Yes, now you can see in the above equations directly can substitute. So np remains as it is. This is p plus q raised to n minus 1. So as I have told you already, students, p plus q raised to n is always 1. That is the property of binomial distribution. So this is 1, student. So similarly here it will be n minus 1. No problem. It will be 1 only. Therefore, we have derived mean mu is equal to, it is np. So please remember this, very important, students. So because, yes, p plus q raised to n minus 1 is equal to 1. Is it clear, students? Very simple. The mean derivation is very easy. Similarly, we will go for the variance. To derive variance, students, please remember variance. Yes, variance, what we take, v or sigma square. Please remember. Okay. Now in general, if you take any variance, how it varies? Yes, it is summation x square is the random variable. Its probability is multiplied minus mu square. I think we have taken this already. In the binomial distribution, our random variable will begin from, yes, here you can see, it will begin from 0 and it will end to n. So please remember this and substitute the values in this x now. What will be this x, students? Here it is going to start with 0 and then it is going to end with n. Please remember this. Now we will just simplify one by one. Yes, now we're going to start with, first we'll try to simplify first this part, will simplify, then at the end we will just subtract this minus mu square. So consider here, yes, consider, so please consider this summation x 0 to n x square p of x you are going to consider. How will you simplify this, students? Yes, we can simplify this very easily. So I will just modify, I will just modify this equation like this to simplify this further equation like this. I can write the same equation like this. It is x square minus x plus x. I'll just take x because that will be simplified in the next step. So p of x I will take. So plus x minus x, it will get cancelled. I can plus 1 minus 1 is 0. Like that I have taken this value. So this can be written as like this summation. Little modification is required here, students. So I have just taken little bit modification. So we'll take out x common from this. So this will be x minus 1 plus x, so that I can get here like this. The whatever the variation we are going to have, you can just see here. So this already you know, this x square p of x, this is nothing but our variance. Please remember this. So now simplify this further. So summation x is equal to 0 to n. So substitute, divide this values, this one part and this is another part. So what I will write here, x minus 1 p of x. Yes, summation remains as it is. Therefore summation of x 0 to n, this is x p of x. So I cannot have the x square. Therefore before to simplify, to remove this x square, I have simplified this. Okay, now substitute the values. I think you have solved this values. Now you can see this is again summation x 0 to n, it is x minus 1. Okay, we just simplified this, and now you can see it is p of x. P of x is probability of binomial distribution, student. So p of x for binomial distribution, you have to remember this formula, very very important. That is summation nc x p raised to x q raised to n minus x. Just substitute the value, students. Yes, so again substitute the values here. So I'll substitute the value. It is ncx, yes, p raised to x, and here it is q raised to n minus x. That is binomial distribution. I think this you have come across now. Already we have derived. This is nothing but our mean, student. So mean you can directly, for binomial distribution it is np. So please remember this. Now we are going to simplify the binomial distribution. So you can see, I'll start from here again. So we'll just simplify one by one. Substitute this summation, you just open the summation now for this value. So substitute first x is equal to 0. I think definitely you'll get 0 only. So next term will be what, student? X is equal to 1. So again 1 minus 1 is 0. So again I will put here 0, no problem. Okay, next plus. Now x is 2. So substitute the value of 2, that is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 raised to 1 is 1. So no need of again simplifying. Next is our NC2. Okay, NC2. Then P raised to 2. Q raised to n minus 2, students. Similarly, please simplify for the next one. N is equal to 3. So this is 3. Okay, 3 minus 1, 2. So it will be something 2 raised to n. You are going to get here. So again 2 raised to n, and then nc, sorry, this is not n. Here we get 2. Okay, sorry. Okay, nc2, nc3, x is 3, so p raised to 3, q raised to n minus 3, and plus so on. So it will going to be continued like this. Where it is going to end, students? Yes, n term means wherever x is there, you have to substitute n here. So this is n minus 1, and this is again ncn. Please remember this is ncn, and this is p raised to n, q raised to n minus n, and the last term is remaining, that is np. So like this we can simplify this further. This is equal to, now simplify one by one. I think you have studied now. I've given the formula for nc2, substitute the values for nc2, then nc3 is there, ncn is there, that is 1. Substitute the values. We are going to get, this is 2. Yes, here we get n factorial divided by n minus 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial, p square as it is, q raised to n minus 2 as it is, plus 2 into 3, you can take this as 6, or you can take this as 3 into 2 into 1, that is 3 factorial, you can take directly. And here again nc3 students, it is again n factorial divided by n minus 3 factorial, and this is going to become 3 factorial. Now remaining is p raised to 3 q raised to n minus 3 plus so on. You can see the last term n minus 1. See, nc n is 1, so it will go. P raised to n remains, and then q raised to n minus 1 is again, it will go. So the last term, I think it will remain only n p. So this is how the simplification will be done. Okay, further you can just simplify this runs. You can just see there will be some cancellation. So 2 is going to cancel with 2. Okay, I can simplify this n square again, n factorial, sorry, it is n and n minus 1 n minus 2 factorial divided by n minus 2 factorial. Okay, remaining terms as it is, that is p square q raised to n minus 2 plus, here also 3 factorial will get cancelled. How this is 3 factorial, I have told you already, it is 3 into 2 into 1 will become 3 factorial. So directly I have taken here 3 factorial, and again n factorial can be written as like this ones, it is n minus 1 n minus 2, and the next term will be n minus 3 factorial. Okay, divided by this is n minus 3 factorial. To simplify and cancel remaining terms as it is, that is p cube q raised to n minus 3 and so on. So last term, I think what is remaining is n minus 1 p raised to n plus n, and this is p. So further, if you simplify, what I will get, students, here? Yes. So you can see these terms will get cancelled. N minus 2, n minus 2 factorial. Here also n minus 3 factorial, n minus 3 factorial. Similarly, next term will be n minus 4 factorial will get cancelled. N minus 5 factorial, the next term will get cancelled. So leave that. And now simplify further. What are common here, students? I think in all the equation, n is common. Yes, n is common in all these equations. Okay, so I will remove n outside. Okay, please consider only this much, because np is only the mean, that is what we have substituted. Again, what is common here, student? I think p is common in all these terms, so I will just take, starting it is p square, therefore I will take p square only common. So next, again you can see here it is n minus 1 is also common. n1, here also you can see n minus 1 is common, so I'll just write n minus 1 outside. Similarly, p square is also common, so I'll write outside. Now what is remaining here, student? N is gone, n minus 1 is gone, p square is gone, I have taken common outside. Remaining here is q raised to n minus 2, students. Okay, plus next you can see n is common, we have taken outside, n minus 2 is outside. Yes, remaining n minus 1 is outside, n minus 2 will remain here, so I'll write here n minus 2. Next, p square is outside. How many p's will remain? Only one p will remain, so we'll write 1p, and remaining terms as it is, that is q raised to n minus 3 plus so on till. Now again here n is common, it is outside, n minus 1 is outside, p square is outside, means there must be two vacancies for p, so n minus 2 means two p's are outside. So this is what we get, plus keep np as it is because it is a mean. So last, at the end, we can simplify this value. Now further, if you just simplify this, students, what I will get here? Yes, very simple we get here, that is n. So if you just simplify, I think again the binomial distribution property, that is, please note this. So what we have here, n minus 2 q raised to n minus 2 plus n minus 2, this is p q raised to n minus 3, and so on till p raised to n minus 2 is nothing but, students, it is, because the deficiency here is, means how many times it is reduced, minus 2 times it is reduced, therefore I am going to take this as p plus q plus p raised to n minus 2. See, remember this formula, directly you can substitute this value, therefore this is equal to n minus 1 p square. But please remember, this we are going to get substitute here, it is q plus p raised to n minus 2, and what are the remaining terms? It is np is remaining, so write np as it is. Now please remember from the binomial distribution, that is q plus p or p plus q. I think you have come across. This is equal to 1. P plus q raised to n is equal to 1. P plus q raised to n minus 2 is also 1. So I have written here 1 directly. Then plus I'm going to get here only n into p, students. Now further if you simplify, what you will get here? It is n square p square minus, substitute, multiply this value n and p inside this bracket. So here it is again n p square plus n into p. So now you can see, students, for variance, what we are going to take here now, we are going to take this as v is equal to, that is, we already calculated this value. So we have taken as summation x is equal to 0 to n. Yes, once again just write the formula and then I will substitute. You can see what values we have calculated. So this is our variance for binomial distribution. So if you further simplify these values, you are going to get this as, substitute this value. This is summation x 0 to n x square p of x. We have already calculated this value. So this will be equal to n square p square minus n into p square plus n p minus, I think you know, for binomial distribution mu is nothing but n p. So here it will be again n p square. So you can just simplify this further. N square p square minus n into p square plus n into p minus, again this is n square p square. If you further simplify, this term and this term will get cancelled. What will remain here? So I'm going to simplify this. N and p are common, so just take out n and p are common. So here remains only minus p plus 1, students. Or we can take this as variance is equal to n p. We'll just take 1 first and then p on this side. Therefore we get the variance for binomial distribution v is equal to, yes, it is np 1 minus p. I think you remember 1 minus p is nothing but q, students. So therefore you can take this variance as npq. Please remember this. Okay, so further if you simplify, you will get this value. Next you can see the standard deviation. Yes, so I'll take this as npq. So please remember this formula also. Next we can see the standard deviation, students. I think you have come across, it is square root of v. Therefore this is equal to square root of npq, students. So like this you should be able to simplify. Go through the video once again and try to understand the things very easily. I have made it very simple. Go through once again. If you have any doubt, please ask me. Yes, thank you.